Hello everyone, in this video I'm going to be taking a look at some new gameplay that has been released for Farming Simulator 25, which goes more in depth into some of the new things that are coming to the game. And because there has been so much footage released at once showing these new things, there's just way too much to go over in one video. So I've decided it'd be best to break everything up into separate videos. Plus some of the things are such huge additions to the game that I felt they deserve to have their own dedicated video. And in this particular one, I'm going to cover the GPS and new AI worker system. Then over a couple of other videos, I'll go over the rice crops, field flooding, ground deformation, fog, shadows and everything else. So it'll pretty much be like a little series of me going over the footage. I will be covering any other gameplay, screenshots and news about the game up until it's released as well. So I'll put everything into a playlist to make it easy for you to find all of the videos about Farming Simulator 25. Anyway, before I waste any more time with the intro, let's get into the gameplay. Okay, starting off, we're heading over to a grass field where we'll get to see the GPS in action. And GPS has been highly requested for quite some time, so to finally see it in the game is fantastic. Especially for us console players, as we don't have any mods for this type of thing, like the PC players do. Now as we pull up to the grass field, you'll see the GPS sign under the maintenance and fuel bar turns from white to orange, showing the GPS system has been turned on. And because of that, these lines have also appeared, which are what the tractor will follow around the field. But the cool thing about this is that these lines on the field are automatically generated for us by the game. So we don't have to map the fields out ourselves or anything. It's literally as easy as driving onto the field, pressing a button to activate the GPS, then the game will do the rest for us. Anyway, now the tractor will set off following the GPS. And there's a couple of bleeps as the GPS sign turns green, showing that it's active. And it does bleep each time the system goes from active to inactive. Plus the GPS sign goes from green to orange. So when the sign's orange, the system is still on, but it's just not actively working. Okay, now we're coming to the end here, where we'll see the tractor turn and start working along the line to the right. So this GPS system doesn't only work back and forth in the direction you started from, like the workers in FS22 would. It actually works in different directions around the field and creates a headland to start with, just like we would if we was driving ourselves. And you'll see here that the tractor is following this line perfectly, with it directly in the middle of the tractor. Also, the mower's staying right on the edge of the field the whole time. So yeah, I'm extremely impressed by what Giants have done with the GPS system. You'll see there is also diagonal lines going across the field, and the tractor will actually follow the GPS to work diagonally as well, so it's much more advanced than just going in straight lines. And it has also been confirmed by Giants that regardless of whether you plough in your own fields or extend the ones that are already there, the GPS system will still be able to map out the fields and generate these lines for the tractor to follow, which I think is absolutely incredible. Anyway, we've come to a stop now, and we're just getting a look around this Fendt tractor. So let's move on to the next clip, where we get to see the AI workers that have been completely overhauled for FS25. Okay, so here we have an overhead view of a worker mowing this whole field. The lines on here are showing us the route the worker will follow as well, which again, similar to the GPS system, the worker will start off by mowing the headlands first, then moving into the middle. So yeah, they've been massively improved from FS22. And here we can see how the worker is going diagonally across the field, which is what I was saying about earlier. And there we go, the worker has mowed the whole field now without missing a single part, which is absolutely fantastic to see. And as we know, better workers is something we've needed in Farming Simulator for a long time. Although they did take a step in the right direction in FS22, as they was much better than in previous games. But for FS25, they are clearly better than ever, which I'm extremely happy about. Next up, we have a couple of screenshots that show some routes for different fields and how they are generated for the GPS and workers. So we've got the lines on this field here showing the headlands and where all of the turns will be made. Then you'll see there's also this box, which is the field calls debug that has all of the options for the system on. And there's things on here like implement width, turning radius, tool offset, headlands, and much more. So it is all very technical, but this is obviously just so we can see the system that Giants have in place to set up the courses that will be taken. And the fact there's so many different things to set up really puts into perspective how much work it must have taken to get the new workers and GPS system to a point where we can simply drive to a field, press a button, and the game does everything for us. So yeah, it's really impressive stuff what Giants have done with this. Now moving on to the last screenshot, we get to see how the routes will be mapped out on various different shaped fields. And you'll see that even on the fields that are rounded off, the GPS and workers will still be able to work around them. So pretty much any shape or sized field shouldn't be an issue, as they'll be able to go in any direction, working in either straight lines, diagonally, or curves. But of course we won't know for certain if the GPS and improved workers will work flawlessly without any issues until the game's released and we actually get to use them ourselves. And to be honest, I would be very surprised if there isn't any issues with them, because as with any game, it's extremely rare that everything works perfectly all of the time, especially when a whole new system is added in. So I'm definitely not expecting it to be faultless, however from what we got to see of it here, it does seem to work really well. And the fact that we're finally getting GPS in the game is amazing on its own. Anyway, I've gone over all of the gameplay and screenshots now, so that brings us to the end of this in-depth look at the improved workers and GPS system that is coming to Farming Simulator 25, which overall I'm extremely impressed with from what we got to see of it, and I'm really looking forward to trying it out in the game. I'd love to hear what your opinions are about it as well, so let me know what you think in the comments down below. Also, for anyone who wants to pre-order FS25, I've put a link in the description which will take you to the pre-order page of the Farming Simulator website. And that's everything for today. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, let me know by leaving a like and feel free to subscribe so you never miss another video.